All right, today we're diving into a really beautiful but also kind of heartbreaking story from the master of Hindi literature, Munshi Premchand. It's called The Wish-Fulfilling Tree. And really, it asks this huge question. Can just one single memory, one image of hope, be enough to get you through decades of loss? Let's find out.
So this is the question that just haunts our main character. Just try to imagine it. You're locked away for 20 years. 20. And the only thing keeping you going is this one single cherished memory. So what happens when you finally get out? What happens when you go back to see if that one thing, that one hope, is even real anymore?
So our story kicks off with a prince who, funny enough, never actually wanted to be a king.
So what happens is his father, the king, passes away, and bam, enemies are immediately circling the throne. But our guy, Prince Rajnath, he's a peace-loving soul. He's way more into poetry than politics. So he has no choice. He's forced to flee his own kingdom and ends up taking refuge with an old family servant way out in a remote mountain village.
And wow, the contrast couldn't be more stark, right? He goes from a world of war and backstabbing political games to this simple, natural beauty. And it's here, in this quiet little village, that he finds this deep, profound sense of peace. He actually realizes he wouldn't trade this feeling for a dozen kingdoms. And of course, in this perfect setting, he meets Chanda. She's just incredible. Strong, capable, kind. She basically runs the whole household for her father. And the two of them, they're just instantly drawn to each other. He sees his ideal partner in her, and she sees the man she's always dreamed of in him. But there's this unspoken problem, right? Both of them are thinking the same thing. The social gap between a prince and a simple village girl, it's just too big. How could it ever work?
And this is where things get really interesting. We see how all those unspoken feelings found a way to, well, literally take root, all through one single, powerful symbol.
So here's how it happens. One day, Chanda spots this tiny little sapling, just wilting away in the heat, and she brings it back with some water. Rajnath sees her do this, and he joins in, carefully digging a little basin around it to protect it. And just like that, this little plant becomes their shared project. It's like a secret they have, a place where they can pour all of that affection they can't say out loud. They're nurturing it together, and all the while, their own love is quietly growing right alongside it.
And with these words from Chanda, everything changes. The tree's meaning just transforms. It's not just some plan anymore. Nope. Now it's a living symbol of him showing up, of the new life and the hope that he brought into her world. It's become the physical, living embodiment of their connection.
And just when it seems like maybe, just maybe, their love could actually beat the odds, their whole peaceful world is just violently shattered.
You see, Chanda's father had seen how deep their connection was, and he'd actually started making plans for their wedding. But Rajnath's past finally caught up to him. A group of his old enemies shows up right there in the village, and they're there for one reason: to capture the prince in hiding.
As the soldiers close in, Chanda's father, Kubir Singh, does the heroic thing. He draws his sword to defend the prince. But it's no use. He's tragically struck down almost immediately.
And Rajnath, he's completely unarmed. In fact, he's holding a water carrier on his way to tend to their little tree. That's when he's captured. As they drag him away, the water carrier just falls and spills onto the ground. Chanda runs out, and in one horrible moment, she sees it all. Her father, lifeless. The man she loves being taken away. Their entire future just gone.
And what comes next? Well, it's not just a separation. It's practically an entire lifetime of waiting and of wondering.
20 years. Just let that sink in for a second. 20 years. A whole generation goes by. All this time, Rajnath is being held in a remote fortress. Sure, it's a comfortable captivity, but he's still a prisoner, completely cut off from the world.
So for 2 whole decades, his life is just this waking nightmare of sorrow. He has zero hope for the future. He just assumes Chanda must have moved on, right? That she probably got married, lived her life, and forgot all about him. His only desire, the one single thing that keeps him going, is this burning wish to see their tree, just one last time. And it's that memory, that singular hope, that finally gives him the strength he needs to escape.
So after this incredibly long and difficult journey, we're talking months on the road, an older, weary Rajnath finally makes it back. He's back in the village,
the one place on Earth that holds the only happy memories he has.
But the village he remembered, it's gone. The place he returns to is a ghost of what it was. The vibrant community is now just a handful of ruined huts. Chanda's home, the one he remembered being so full of light and love, is just a collapsed wreck. It's devastating. The entire world he'd been holding on to in his mind for 20 years has simply vanished.
And yet, in the middle of all that ruin, one thing is still standing. Not just standing, but thriving. It's their tree. And it hasn't just survived. It's grown into this magnificent, sprawling giant. He's just completely overwhelmed. He runs to it, throws his arms around it, and just weeps. Because this tree, it's the only living witness to their love. It's the only thing that made it. Then, a local farmer spots him there and, somehow, recognizes him, and he starts to tell Rajnath what happened to Chanda. He tells him that for 10 long years after he was dragged away, she waited. She turned down every offer of marriage, she took care of their tree and the garden around it, and she told anyone who would listen the exact same thing. Our prince will be coming. And then, the farmer delivers the final heartbreaking piece of the story. After a decade of constant waiting, her body just gave out. They found her lifeless, right here, under this very tree, the one she had cared for as a symbol of their love. She literally waited for him until her very last breath.
But believe it or not, the story doesn't actually end there, in pure tragedy. It shifts. It moves into something, well, something mystical, almost magical.
So the farmer explains that ever since Chanda died, a single bird has always been in this tree singing a really sorrowful song. And everyone in the area believes that bird is her spirit. That night, Rajnath has a dream that the bird is Chanda, and she's telling him she's waiting. The very next morning, the farmer finds him. Rajnath has passed away peacefully right there under the tree. But here's the thing, the single sad bird, it's gone. And in its place, a pair of birds are now sitting on the branches, singing this beautiful, joyful song together.
And that ending just leaves us with this incredible question, doesn't it? Is love just a feeling we have while we're alive? Or can it become something more, like a force of nature? A bond so powerful that not even 20 years of being apart or even death itself can actually break it.
So, what do you think? Can a bond like that really outlast everything? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this story, please do all the good stuff. Like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives like this one. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you don't miss what's next. Thanks so much for joining me.